Hey, what's going on, everybody? Carlos here. We just came back from an amazing event in Grapevine, Texas, known as the Leadership Development Weekend, and just came back with just a book full of notes. And I'm super excited for what's coming up here in the future and for Extravaganza that's going to be 2018, Houston, Texas. So I'm super excited and fired up about that, being that I live in Texas. So one of the, not one of the, but really the main topic of discussion of the LDW, Leadership Development Weekend, was get, keep, and develop, right? We talked about the Distributor Action Plan. And the Distributor Action Plan has been something that I've really been pushing since the day it came out. Really, it's nothing new. Mark Hughes taught it. The President's Team members, Chairman's Club members, and Founders Circle members of the past and present have all taught it. They just taught it in different ways. In fact, I was going through my notes from previous years in Herbalife, and I found this presentation by Dan Waldron from many years ago that he created it. I found it about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it really is the Distributor Action Plan, just kind of broken down and presented in a big picture sort of way. And I want to share this big picture view with you and understand really what's possible with the Distributor Action Plan, because I know a lot of people may look at the plan, 5 to 7 new customers a month, 2 new first line distributors a month, may seem very simple or very easy, that perhaps you think, I don't understand how I can ever get to the President's Team doing just that. I'm going to show you that if you just simply follow this plan month after month, okay, you're going to see tremendous growth in your business, and you'll have the potential of growing super fast. So first off, just as a disclaimer, I just want to explain to you that this presentation is just really designed to give you an idea. It's a hypothetical as to what is possible if you're willing to go to work on yourself and on your business. And really, anything is possible with Herbalife if you're willing to go to work. Herbalife already provides you with all the tools you need to be successful. Just check out myherbalife.com, sign in, and you'll see it right there. In addition to what Herbalife provides, the road to success, the road to President's Team, Chairman's Club, Founders Circle has already been paved by the very best in the industry, and they've left their pathway for us to follow. And this is just one of those things that really coincides with the DAP, the Distributor Action Plan. And I'm going to show you and share with you really what is possible. And my goal here today is, as you're watching this, is to really just explode your mind right now, okay, as to really what's possible if you just keep it simple and keep it duplicatable. All right, so this plan is not called the DAP or Distributor Action Plan. It was actually called by Dan Waldron the 521. 521 standing for 2 new distributors a month, 5 new customers a month, right, and 1 Herbalife event a month. Okay, you see there the VIP with 500 basically means that your 2 new distributors a month, you want them to become what is known to be as a senior consultant or as VIP, getting them the 500 volume points. So we're going to explain all that. But first, how do we start working? Well, first off, we have what's called DMOs, Daily Method of Operation. And DMOs are basically invitations or styles of invitations that we do to market ourselves, to market our business, to market our products, to market the business opportunity. And to be honest, all DMOs work, okay? We just have to go to work. We just have to put out those flyers, do the invitations, etc., etc. And what are we inviting people to? Well, some sort of tool or event, right? Otherwise known as communication mediums. So which tools or events are the best? They all work. All these tools, all these events, all these communication mediums, they all work. And it's not just limited to what you see here before you. There's more to it than just this. For example, what I don't see on here is social media. Now, like I mentioned, these slides are fairly older. They're at least 7 to 10 years old. I found them barely 4 years ago. So social media wasn't a hot thing at that time, but You can add social media to the list if you like. So here's your roadmap to success, right? So I'm just going to keep it very simple and break it down for you what your business should look like. What does the 5-2-1 look like? Okay, first off, it starts with you, as you already know. You want to get 5 to 7 new customers. I wrote here up to 5 people just to kind of keep it simple and not take up a lot of space on the slide. Okay, but this is really the minimum of what you should be looking at for new customers each month, right? That's part of the get in our business. The keep in our business is, of course, working with those distributors, following up, customers, following up with those customers, helping them to perhaps progress, which is the develop part of it, progress either to a preferred member or distributor. Now, as you can see here, as you start to build distributors that want to do the business, you basically want to teach them to do the same thing. Get 5 to 7 new customers, help them get 500 volume points a month their first 30 days, and that will help put some money in their pocket and help them to start grow the business. So we all know what it takes to get to the president's team, right? We all work our way up. It's like a ladder. Currently, I'm at the millionaire team level, and my next official level will be the president's team level. And if I want to get there, I got to get my butt to work. But here's the thing. Herbalife provides, like I mentioned, all the tools, but also a very generous compensation plan. In fact, the best compensation plan I've ever seen, which is 73% of the total company's profit is paid back to the distributors, which is absolutely amazing. So how do we get started, right? We get started as a distributor, 25%. And guess what? We all start the same way at 25%. And as a 25%, of course, we know we're saving 25% for our own personal product usage, but we're also making 25% when someone purchases directly from us. So the first thing you want to do with your new distributors, their first month, is put some money in their pocket by helping them develop 5 to 7 new customers, okay, allowing them to achieve 500 volume points within their first 30 days, and they will progress to a senior consultant with that 35% level discount or profit margin with the company. And of course, you want to get them plugged into their first event. I know it says here STSs, but really each month there's an event. Either an STS, a quick start, LDW, extravaganza, January kickoff. We have events every month. We got to get our team plugged in to these events. All right, and if we have to be the leaders, if we're going to be the leaders, we have to make sure we get our people plugged into these events as well. All right, so again, first month, we congratulate them, we recognize them, we pump them up. Congratulations, you are now at the 35% level. You are now a senior consultant, right? We celebrate them, make them feel super excited and accomplished. Because again, people feed off that recognition. They feel great about that recognition. More so than the money that they are going to earn their first 30 days, they're going to feel special because we are recognizing them in their accomplishments. So month number 2, we help them get 5 to 7 new customers, right? But for this example, I'm not going to work with new customers. I'm just going to say that you just do 500 volume points a month, okay? Again, because I just want this to be an example, all right, of what's possible, and to really show all the numbers. There's just not enough space on these slides to really show all the numbers. So instead of showing 5 to 7 new customers each month, I'm just simply, for this example, I'm going to show what is possible with just simply 500 volume points a month, and what's possible if you got 2 new distributors each month just to do 500 volume points, and duplicate that for the next year, okay? So by month number 2, right, now you have 500 volume points, and now you're going to get 2 new distributors and teach them to do 500 volume points themselves with 5 to 7 customers, right? So now that's going to put approximately $175 in your pocket, plus what you're going to be making from personal retail sales. So now they're starting to make a little bit of money. We're starting to show them that, hey, you can make as much money as you want with Herbalife. You just got to go to work. Just keep duplicating. So by month number 2, you do the same thing. As you can see, you retain your 500 volume points. Again, for this example, because really what we want to do is get 5 to 7 new customers each month. And you get 2 new distributors by month number 3. You retain the old distributors, and those distributors are now getting 2 new customers, 2 new distributors each themselves, also doing 500 volume points. Again, just working off the 500 volume point model, if you're to add all these up, that will come out to 4,500 volume points minimum, which basically puts you at a supervisor by month number 3. Awesome. How many of you would like to get your distributors progressing to supervisor by month 3? Again, keeping it super simple. What's possible with just 500 personal retail volume a month and getting 2 new distributors a month doing the exact same thing. Moving on, month 4, find 2 more distributors that month to do 500 volume points and get your existing distributors again to find 2 new distributors each month, right? Now if you add up all of this volume, that puts you at 13,500 volume points by month 4. That distributor through retail and wholesale is making over $2,000 a month by month number 4. All right, amazing. And now they got distributors that are becoming supervisors themselves. And of course, with that amount of volume, puts your distributor at the world team level by month number 4. Now, I know what I'm sharing with you is hypothetical, but to be honest, lots and lots and lots of people, thousands of distributors do this all the time. I can't tell you how many stories I've heard this past weekend of distributors that are basically doing this and duplicating this quickly in the business, and they're just growing fast. I mean, I've heard several stories of people, again, making it to World Team within their first 4 months, and I'm thinking, how'd they do that? They did that because they're able to, through the volume of personal clientele and also duplicating themselves, they're doing over 10,000 volume points, which put them immediately at the world team level. Okay, now you're really rocking and rolling. By month number 5, as you can see there, I don't have any more room to show you more bubbles, but as you can see, if you got 2 new distributors that month and you teach your other distributors to do the exact same thing again, just working with 500 volume points, you now have 54 distributors in your organization. Times 500 volume points, that's 27,000 volume points. Okay, your first level, a big majority of those individuals are now supervisors and world team members. So that's 2,700 volume points within 3,000 of which is personal volume, and the other 25,000 is coming from royalties. 24,000 is coming from royalties, which by month number 5 means will put you on your first cut to global expansion team. I know, amazing, right? Mind blown. With an income of over $4,000 a month, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. So as we keep going, right? Month number 5, you're getting your cuts to global expansion team, but we're going to continue to grow. Month number 6, we find just 2 more distributors. Those distributors that we have, find 2 more distributors, right? Again, with a 500 volume point only base, that's now 108,000 distributors in your organization at 500 volume points each. Okay, 54,000 volume points total. 3,000 volume points out of that is from your personal production, right, between you and your non-supervisors, and 51,000 is coming from your organization. Now, which is your royalty. So check this out. This puts you at your second cut of global expansion team, and it's not mentioned here because it didn't exist back then, but your first cut at 2.5 get team, making your income over $6,000 a month. All right, and again, we're just simply working the same business model of just 500 volume points a month, 2 new first line a month, 1 event a month. Okay, as we keep going, it just gets crazy. Month 7, it continues to duplicate, right? 2 new first line distributors yourself each month. Teach your distributors to follow that exact same plan. That's now 216 distributors total in your organization times 500 volume points. That is 108,000 volume points total in your organization, 3,000 of which is personal production volume between yourself and your non-new first-line distributors, and 105,000 of that volume is coming from royalties, or in other words, from your supervisors, right? So now you're making your first cut to Millionaire Team with an income of over $8,000 a month by month 7. But we're not done yet. Like I said, we're on our way to President's Team. So we're going to keep working. We're going to find 2 new distributors, right, for the following month. And we're going to teach our distributors to do the exact same thing. 432 distributors now in your total organization, all doing just the very bare minimum of 500 volume points apiece. Okay, that's 216,000 volume points total in your organization, 3,000 of which, again, is from personal production, from personal clientele base and new first-line distributors that are non-supervisors yet. And that is 213,000 volume points from royalties, giving you your second cut of Mill Team and your first cut of President's Team. Again, with an income over $8,000 that month. And also, by the way, happens to be your first cut to 7.5 Mill Team. So congratulations on that. By month 8, if we continue to do the exact same thing for 2 more months within your first year, you're going to hit the President's Team. All right. Now, again, this is this is just to be used as an example to kind of give you the big picture. All right. And really what I want you to focus on right now is understanding that this is possible because we're keeping things super simple and duplicatable. Again, what's the plan? We want to get 5 to 7 new customers each month. Okay? We want to help those customers produce over 500 volume points a month of new volume, right? We want to get 2 new distributors each and every single month, right? And what we want to do is help keep these customers by doing follow-ups, putting them in containers that's going to help them develop, which is the next level, all right? Help these customers become either preferred members or distributors. And our distributors, we want to help them to be developed through the same process, getting them into the events, getting them growing and learning and producing themselves. Now, none of this is going to be possible if we don't go to work. If we're not flyering, if we're not inviting people to our events, okay, if we're not talking to people, if we're not using the products, wearing the buttons and talking to people, this simply will not be possible. How you want to do the business is completely up to you. Just understand that the more duplicatable your process is, okay, the more successful you're going to be. Because honestly, if you sat down and thought about it, how difficult is it for you to do 500 volume points of new volume points a month? It really isn't that difficult. And if it isn't that difficult to do that, how difficult would it be to teach other distributors to do the exact same thing? Well, hopefully it wouldn't be that difficult either, right? So if we can teach other people that they can make extra income, part-time or full-time income, doing this simple plan, all right, you can go very far in this business. Now, like I mentioned, this is just an example. Not all things work out exactly the plan, but we keep working. All right, so think about it. What if, okay, you only succeeded just half of what I showed you today? Well, instead of making President's Team by your first year, you're making President's Team by your second year in business, okay? Or what if you only accomplish a third of this? Then you make it in 3 years. Then what if you only accomplish a fourth of this? Then you make it a President's Team in 4 years, right? Or a fifth of this, and you make it a President's Team in 5 years, etc., etc. How much work you put into it, how much consistency you're willing to put into your business as far as the work goes is completely up to you, but it also will depict where you end up in the business and how fast you get there. All right? So it only require, of course, blood, sweat, and tears, right? But you get to decide, is the effort worth it? All right? And again, the plan is very simple. 2 new distributors a month with 5 new customers per month, doing a minimum of 500 volume points a month, and getting these new distributors and preferred members and possibly even customers to one event at least a month to help them help retain those customers and distributors, and help progress and develop them to supervisors and so forth. Okay, again, events super important. It helps people understand the big picture of what they're getting involved in when it comes to Herbalife, and it coaches and teaches them how to be successful, right? And you only have to have faith in yourself, right? Many times we don't work simply because we don't have faith in ourselves. We believe in the products, we believe in the company, but we just simply don't believe in ourselves to go out there and believe that it's possible for us. Let me tell you something. It's possible for you. You just have to go to work. You just have to, do what's required to get those 5 new customers a month. What do you have to do to get new first line distributors a month? Okay? So again, that's the plan. It's basically another way to put the distributor action plan, but the distributor action plan works, y'all. It works, and it can take you to the next level fast if you're willing to work it. In this past event, I learned a new phrase, which is double DAP, right? Do the distributor action plan times 2, or triple DAP, right? Do the distributor action plan times 3. This basically just means that you control the pace, right? You control the pace on how fast you want to work, how much you want to work, how far you want to go in this business. You control all of that. So with that said, y'all, I hope y'all are able to get a lot out of this training. Anybody who wants a copy of this, I can send you a copy of this. Again, I found this like 4 years ago. I made some modifications based on today's numbers. However, it's basically the same training that was put out like 7 or 10 years ago by Dan Waldron, Chairman's Club member. So with that said, I'll check you on the next one.